Hello everyone, welcome back to Mo for Was Does Not Have a Problem. We got 2 boxes of Dimension Posts today. The reason why I'm opening Dimension Posts is a terrible set, no one wants it, that's why it's like $20 per box. Starlight Magnifica. It's like long Starlight Exorcist, Magnifica. But it's for go, but it's for hope, but it's of a dream. If we can't pull Magnifica, oh well. But, hopefully we can. Because that would just make my day. The song Tune Screen is done by Breedy, check them out. Link in description below. And yeah, I hope you all are doing well today. I'm kind of going through this fast because we got 2 boxes. Again, it's not really an interesting set, unfortunately. The Weather Painter's Moonbow as an Ultra. But now it's new, like, Red Dragon Archering support today. I'm surprised we're doing that so soon after the Structure Deck. I mean, I know the Structure Deck was technically, like, what? 2 years ago, but still. But hey, more power to Jack. It's not getting like, oh my god, Red Dragon Archering is T0. Nothing like that, but like it helps the deck. But it's like the King's back. He's not back on top, but he's back. But it's crazy to think about. We got a Red Nova Assault mode now. Now that's crazy to me. Okay. And also, Goma releases in Dokkan in like 18 minutes. Which is very unusual release for Dokkan, because they usually release New Year's at like 1 o'clock my time. Pearl Plant with Silver as an Ultra. Yes, I know I butchered that. Cross. I just see the Warlock card and I get sad. Warlocks were so bad. As a TCG for me archetype, it ain't funny. Liberaman, so cool stack, but they did not do enough to support Liberaman, so unfortunately. Oh, screw. Art Eyes Pendulgraph Dragon. Opposed Wisdom Pendulum Monster. Branded. Because every set needs more branded cards. Am I right? I'm 100% right. I'm being a hero. Lieberman, some Mystico. Again, it's funny to me. I know might be comparing apples to oranges, even though they're both fruit, they're both round. They're like, Konami was so capable of making like a good like ratio on Wolf for me archetype. Just look at Mitsurugi. But like then give the same love to Leap Mantis, unfortunately. Because again, it's like a cool fucking aesthetic. And it's like, oh, I feel like almost like, I don't want to say wasted concept. I hate saying that. Like, definitely didn't, Libra Mantis did not see the potential of the show. Easily. And for like Warlock, it's just like, there's nothing good here. Like Tenpai is good Warlock, basically. Battle archetype, it focuses on battle, you want to battle. Non-punk deal note as an Ultra. And there was so many, like, fucking packs without, like, anything above a, super. I thought Swing Dragon. Yeah, that finally got boiled over here. Took them freaking forever to bring that call over. Because it was like a promo over in OCG land. Free on Lily Boa. That's a secret. I'm still missing a Ultra. More Frenzy. Why do I feel like this is from? Why do I feel like that's from like a manga? It probably is. I'm just, my brain is just not connecting the dots. Mental put in it. Okay. Whereas Zombie Dragon Load as our final Ultra. Okay. So no Starlight Martha. Shame. Shame. Moving on to the next box. And they randomly drop like one card for both Valgard. And it's like, cool. Valgard definitely needs more than one card to make that, like, playable. Oh yeah, I forgot there's just like a random, like, fucking guy card here too. Like, I think it's neat that they have a Valgard card in the All Eyes Focus set because you as first opponent and all 5 used Valgards. It's a cool, but it's a neat little callback, tongue-in-cheek reference for people who care. Again, it's not enough. One card, I think actually, oh my bad, I think there might be 2 cards, but still, it's Valgards. They need more than like 2 card, 1 card support wave to do freaking anything with. Like, they need help. Okay, Starving Venom, Power Fusion Dragon. I forget that is a thing. I forget that, Starving Venom gets an upgrade from in this set, because no one talks about whatsoever. Cause ain't that oppressive. Unfortunately. From what I remember, it could be better than I remember. It could be worse than I remember. Who knows? I know I bought this from the same seller. Because that'd be silly to not buy these from the same seller. Oh shoot. I mean, hey, that's a good poem. I mean, if this didn't, like, get, like, reprint Rarity Collection 2 and the Mega 10, and I think that's where I got my copies of that. Well, definitely Rarity Collection 2. So I think I have a first entry of that. That would be, like, a really good poem. Because it's actually a good card. And then, Veroni's card before that it became an archetype. Man, this really is not making me hopeful with how, like, far back the... Hey, I mean, we got Magnifica. Let's just pretend this is a Starlight. I think, I don't think I put, like, a Magnifica for my binder at all. I think I've only pulled... Actually, I don't think I've just put a Magnifica at all, to be quite frank. Oh, yeah, I was like, that pass for Hollow. Didn't. Because I bought my enough cards for my access to the deck. Okay, you know what? I'm leaving for Manifka. Oh wait, that's not Manifka. I'm leaving for Manifka out. That is for good luck charm. We pull a Manifka, we can pull the Starlight. I hope that's how that works. It's probably not. But hey, we can hope. We can play. Be on the hunt for a Starlight and get a Starlight. Not hopeful, but again. What is. I won't feel so nervous about it too if like the spread of like the ultras and secrets won't look so far back. Like give me the dopamine hits. Okay, Leap answer displace S and Ultra. Is that blinded? Yeah, it's blinded. Okay. Nipka, come on, give me luck. Give me luck. Gaia. Come on. Man. This. Oh, Lethal and Sapphire as a secret. That surprised me. I was not expecting a, above, I don't know why. I was not expecting above, but I wasn't. I mean, above a super. I should phrase that. Oop, hit the camera. Lipo Lancer realize. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Like, I don't care if I don't get an Ultra. If I get a Starlight, that'd be great. Mystico. Okay, Dynamorphia Frenzy. This reminds me of Power Rangers Dynamorphia. It might be the reference to that. It might be. Okay. Do we think we could get a Starlight out of the last pack? I'm gonna guess no, because I feel like you could tell. Yep, no, more Frenzy. Cool. Well, we tried. We tried. It's like legitimately the only reason why I opened the set. I mean, but the money I spent trying to get Starlight Magnificar, I could definitely buy my own copy of it. But alright, you know, content, chase, be fun. So, with that being said, we're gonna switch over to the Ace Attorney now. But, I mean, at least we have Magnifica on stream. It's like, we've even pulled the Ultra version on stream. And again, I haven't pulled Magnifica at all. Well, I mean, I think, well, besides Weird Collection 2 Magnifica, we have definitely pulled a few copies of that. Which, I mean, I think it's silly to have Magnifica and Weird Collection 2 and not Martha. Martha, it's the, like, gameplay. She is the bulb that makes the bread move. But Martha, you really would not have such a fun, great deck. Oh well. Tis what it is. Okay, let me scoot up. I got a refund on a card, because it wasn't being, well, it might have shipped, I don't know. Seller wasn't responding back to me. For $1.50. I mean, I could let it go, but, I mean, if I'm not getting the card, I want my money back. It's principle. It's the principle. Okay. Drop the screen. Boom, bang, bing. Going. Okay. Continue. Yes. I just found one person who saw Asogi's wheel, but somehow it disappeared. It was after Asogi's execution, which was actually an elaborate jailbreak. I mean, best time to escape is when you're about to get killed. For once, gave up Asogi's possessions that were in his cell. We were about to send back to his family at home in Japan, you see. Poor Kazuma-sama. And you saying that there wasn't anyone to be found among his personal effects? But will, I mean. That's why. But I didn't search through them myself. But Governor Cabin was livid. He was screaming, it could have disappeared completely. That doesn't quite make sense though, does it? In what way? How will he know? Well, we understood that only Mr. Virgil was aware of Will's existence. In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it? Oh yes, you're right! I really don't know how he knew. But it certainly seems as he knew of Will's existence from the onset. He only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was, the Sogi papers. That's strange, the Sogi papers. I really can't tell you anything of the subsequent events. Because, well, of what happened. You dismiss them. The way you were dismissed. I have forgotten all visited today, as I didn't suppose this well front of case for him. Well, anyways, thank you very much for sharing with us, Mr. Virgil. We're very grateful. Oh, an accident escape. I'm afraid that's really little more I can tell you. My wife, Eva, will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but... Oh, no, not at all. Thank you again. But what would become of you now? Well, imprisoning a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. But if you got permission to do it, imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I should be arrested. I'm so sorry. Don't be, please. This was all my own doing. I always knew that this day would come. Well, I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Virgil. Ah! Before you go, there's one more thing. Oh, yes? What is it? It's like Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures. Ah! One more thing. The Soki papers. I'd be very grateful if you make no mention of things I told you about them. Presumably for some good reason. It's my understanding that the very sequence is a Coast Guard secret. It's time to poke the bear a bit. It became known that I remembered. Well, it'd be rather troublesome, I think. I understand. Okay. I keep skipping. Some sort of wheel of a Genshin Asogi pen just before his death. Which the man himself claimed was his last weapon. I wonder, perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape. If there's anyone who might know more about a document that Kasuma's father left behind, it'd be yep. We know precisely where we must go. Back to Balquay Prison. Yep. Time to question of a good governor. Oh, back again, are you? Yes. Hello. I've heard about your investigations. I will have a report just now. You found him, eh? Roger. Yes, likely. Well, anywho, Larry doesn't work here no more, so your case has nothing to do with Barclay. I would like you to give a wrong idea about that. Of course, yes. Mr. Walter stopped working here 10 years ago, so... Yes, we've seen his dismissal notice, haven't we? He's given a job. Ah, Kimmel, you're very keen, very well. How about a Lee handcuff biscuit? Oh, they really like little handcuffs. As hard as I... Ugh. So, what brought you down here today? Well, there's something we'd like to ask you about, actually. This might be a bad idea, but go ahead, ask anyways. Is that so? We believe that there might be a document disappeared from Genshin and Soki's cell. I think it'd be called the Soki papers or something. Oh, he put his biscuits away. Dan, I'd say Gregson's death has nothing to do with what happened at Barclay. Leave the past in the past. Let's not follow around with irrelevant details. His expression changed completely. Well, because you mentioned something he probably doesn't want to talk about at all. We're clearly onto something here. The most botched execution, but whole miserable escape. The Barclay's darkest hours, a shocking embarrassment. Because the convict had collateral on prison stuff, you mean? Well, of course, he didn't just get out of jail free, call it. Aye, for shame. The coroner who confirmed the death of the man after his execution, Coney Scythe. Yeah, that'll be one. And the chief warden of the time, Voyager, who was in charge of the whole affair. But Mr. Voyager says he didn't know anything about. Velasco would say, oh, was him? More handcuffs? I don't like his handcuffs. Oh, how can I say no? You can never have too much iron on your diet. Too much of anything is bad for you. Besides pizza, of course. When Mr. Voyager was handed his dismissal notes, it was a result of what happened. He was so despairing he jumped out of your office window, didn't he? I didn't like to say, but that's just Voyager trying to get out of it. Is it really though? You don't think he would have jumped out of shock from his crimes being exposed, eh? I mean, that's true. People would do something like that. You wouldn't say otherwise, would you? Of course, I can't shun all responsibility myself. I try and have let him deceive me. Actually, there's barely anyone but Ken knows on at the time now. With Gregson being murdered and Darkseid forbidden from having any visitors. No visitors. Someone obviously doesn't want her giving anything away. Well, that's true. If she's like, no visitors. Well, we're not going home empty-handed. And I will dream of seeing me packing with nothing kin. He would take a handcuff or two. Oh, well, it'd be rude to say no. I wouldn't want to become anemic. I suppose if anyone who might have still ken about what happened back then, it would be the last from Forensic Division. Maria Goey. Maria Goey. Size dog. She did not have Mo, just for one. But Ween's brains fall in her mom's footsteps. I mean, that's true. She could have picked up some tidbits from Mother. Mama, what's this? Where did she spring from? And did she just call Dr. Mama? Dr. Size doll. Mori Goy. We could do with talking to her. So she's Dr. Size doll, but her son is going. There's some family history, I'm sure. But I didn't ken the ins and outs of it. Fair enough. She grew up watching her mom working with bodies of folks who die in strange circumstances. Decided to do the same with her own life. I can't understand. I mean, hey, you want to follow mommy's footsteps. I get it. Perhaps she was driven by a deep respect for her mother. Perhaps, anywho, she was in charge of the Gregerson's autopsy, I believe. Why, and the coroner responsible for his incomplete report. Someone told me once that the little lass always loved her mama's stories about cutting up bodies. I can tell. She seems like a psychopath. Even a rumor that she used to listen to the funeral march as a lullaby. Lovely doll. Well, then perhaps her mother might have told her about the autopsy from the case 10 years ago. There's a fine chance, at least. After all, there's a life-changing case for us all. We need to speak to Miss Goey herself about this, I think. Well, thank you very much. I'm not happy about any part of this. It took years for Londoners to finally forgive the whole professor business. Can you not give up on this, Larry? Stop asking pointless questions. I'm sorry. I don't like judging up these painful memories for everyone. Can you just stay away now? Leave me alone and don't come back here, eh? How you come to know about that, Larry? There's not many folks here in the prison who have heard of those papers. Well, I can tell Mr. Vulture told me. I'm afraid our sources must remain confidential. We've been led to believe the papers are our last will and testament, is that right? The professors are out Genshin and Sogis. Aye, that's right. You were on phone, Jimmy. Oh, is that the end of science treatment? I'm Jimmy now! I got a name. A new name. That's weird, Jimmy. Just call someone. I don't know, maybe it's an old thing. Back in the day. But then after the convict's execution, administrative advantage from the cell. Heavens no, you're off at half a clock film. I don't think you don't quite have your facts right. It was there in the cell, exactly where it should have been. Oh? Not what we heard it was. Let me have a little walk around here. I'm sure I can find it. Ah, here. See? Last one of testament of Genshin Asogi. Won by Calligraphic Blotch. Of course, I cannot read a word of these Japanese squiggles. I mean, it makes sense in our Japanese. But mine, he says he leaves all his worldly possessions back to his son back in his homeland. That's correct. That's the gist of it. So, are these for Asogi papers? Of course, though. Papers written by Asogi. There's no doubt about it. There's no mystery here, lad. That's your lot. After all the stram match of that slender of an execution, we sent the man's possessions back to his clan in Japan, and that was the end of it. We ought to make a record of this, Mr. Naruto, just in case. Yeah, that's true. You never know when it's relevant. One more thing before you're on your way, Mr. Naruto. I feel like that's the first time you call us by our name. Oh, yes? With papers on nothing to do with Gregerson's death. I prefer if you don't make no mention of him outside of his office. Or well, I would just prefer it, considering it all from the highest levels of our government. Isn't that wonderful? I understand. Does make me think something's going on. I guess we had to go to Chief Justice's building first. We'll always catch you in here, Sogi. A friend. Oh, nice. Yeah, Sogi. That's correct. No arguments prosecuted Sogi, but that's weird. He's Kazuma. You will continue the trial exactly as instructed. Is that clear? Perfectly. Oh, it's Kazuma-sama. Defying lone strong humble by the sound of it. He never did know when to back down. On your way now, Sogi. My load. Hi. Kazuma. Oh, he's giving us the silent treatment now. He left without saying a word. Yes, what are you doing here? I was hoping to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. I wanted Zeke's trial concluded today. I'm sure you did. But prosecutors Asogi's unwired inquiries may take longer than a trial. I will welcome inquiries. Yes, as we saw, I'm losing even more precious time. Currently 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds, 42, 43. Got really clock the man. We must resolve everything before 3 hours have passed, Mr. Nautical. Sounds like it. And Morocco is not even 5 minutes. Anyways, I can't let the man's obvious bad mood put me off. I need information. Information is the burning block of power. Does Professor Sogi believe that Lone Van Zeeks is for Reaper? I wanna know. Just 10 years ago, in prepared for close trial about Lone Van Zeeks made a name for himself along the judiciary. But the next trial he fought, he lost. It meant the wingling of a criminal organization was acquitted, thanks to the jurors being under Druce. Well, that's awful. The man's freedom was short-lived. He lasted just 3 days. God dang. The Reaper works in mysterious ways. Yes, let me see. He died in a log slide and as. Okay, you saying that a man? I mean, I guess that is possible to create a log slide. I mean, it won't take much, I guess. Correct, but that's the inaugural of Weep Over Bailey. But people believe Lone Van Zeeks was responsible. He brought a trial to himself, but it's shown to have been an accident. So he must have had a solid alibi then. Nevertheless, the mysterious deaths continued until 16 people have perished under unusual circumstances, obtusely by the hands of a Reaper. And that's a long one. I mean, that is a very long one of coincidence. Everyone the man has got, the god free against the man has died. I agree, that is coincidental. Well, the Reaper's true identity might be revealed in this trial. And the impact of the revolution will have on the British public cannot be understated. Is that why it's a closed trial? Precisely. The country has a in closed trial for 10 years. But, so the last one was Professor for trial of Genshin and Sogi's. Correct. Actually, we hope that Wishland you will get prosecuted by trial yourself on Stronghold. Ben seeks entreat me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might revenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later. With the son of a man, Ben Zeeks had condemned now, looking to avenge his father's death in the same way. But do you say what's goes around comes around? However, it would seem that the new young prosecutor is harboring some alternative motive as well. Customers like my organization to run smoothly in the exact manner I prescribed. As the giant clock in here, I won't tower a single clock being out of step with others. I said that's what the gears are hearing about. He wants to remind himself of, everyone is beneath him, basically. If a young man refuses to match with all parts of my great machine, I would be forced to take steps. What do you mean? Nothing in which you need to concern yourself with. In any case, all your questions will be answered tomorrow. Now, I have to ask you to excuse me. As this moment, I've been delayed for attending my next meeting by precisely 3 hours. Oh my, that's a long time. I mean, yes, that's waiting for hours. And I hold you entirely responsible. Even though we actually managed to fit everything in not even 5 minutes. Yes, it's our fault! I wonder if you might agree to us talking with Prosecutor Sogi. Discussions between the defense and prosecution outside the courtroom are generally frowned upon. However, I'll make an exception in this case. Now go, you can find him in his office. Oh, thank you. Let's go to see him at once, Mr. Naruto. Kasuma's my best friend in the whole world, but I'm really not sure I know how to talk to him at the moment. Okay, where's prosecution's office? He has a little doubt for himself. I like that. Kazuma is doing so well for himself. You know, he was forced to kneel on the full Japanese style of dog kono. It happens to sit Saza style whenever he's working. Kazuma. I thought it wouldn't be long before you pay me a visit in Yusuke. It was what about what I said, wasn't I? Sorry? But you had all the makings of a great defense loan. Well, I always believe that you fulfill your dream of advocating in British codes. I just never imagined for 1 second and be as a prosecutor. Seeing you stand in a photo cone for galley, realizing your dream, Kazuma-sama, I am truly happy for you. And I'm truly thankful to you, Judicial Assistant Mukotoba. Ryusuke, I always thought it would be fun for you and I to shake up the Britain legal system alone together. This isn't quite how I envisioned it, but I suppose it's just another twist of fate. I learned a lot during my time here in London, but how Satoru's father was himself visiting student here once, along with Judge Jingoku, and about what happened with your father. But you have no difficulty understanding. Well, I have no choice. Well, I have to find a way to give Britain as a visiting student myself. I want to hear it from you, Kazuma. Where is your goal? What is your dream? What's your purpose here? As you wish, Ryusuke Naruto. It's getting on a year now since what happened on the SS Bua. We were heading across the ocean from Japan to Great Britain, when a bizarre series of coincidences led to those tragic events. I thought I lost my best friend forever. I must have been unconscious for a long time. When I woke, I was lying on the bed. And it was a narrow little room. There was plenty of flowers by my pillow. It took me a little while to realize I was in the cabin of a ship. I slipped out of the room and headed up deck. Were you suffering from amnesia at that point? Yeah, I didn't know what had happened or where I was, but it was just this voice in my head. You have something to do, something no one else can know about. Go to Great Britain, your tax awaits you there. It was a calling I cannot ignore. It compelled me relentlessly. Out on the deck, I saw I was on a huge steamship. We were docking a large boat. It must have been Hong Kong. Yes, it must have been. Presumably just before we were due to carry out your body off of the ship. I had no idea of the situation, but I have a feeling that it was somehow my last chance. So I considered myself along with this boring pastures and rancho. And I just peeled into the crowd of the street of that foreign Ponce, so I could plan my onward journey to Great Britain. That's actually impressive, yeah, but you made it to Britain. Just under a year ago, with all my past memories lost to me, I was left behind in Hong Kong. Nothing was foreign to me besides the sounds, the smells, my head, wheel. I was truly at a loss. Now I realize I escaped as a damn man with nothing but the clothes on my back. No money, of course. Oh, how terrifying for you. Luckily though, I had 2 feathers in my cap. One being in knowledge of English, I suppose. That's why. And on the back of it, I was able to pick up some work as a deckhand on a cargo ship. Eventually, after calling at Captain Post, I arrived at Dover. It must have been some 3 months ago now. And you for memorable tendency of purpose showing itself again. I mean, the man had lost his memories, so literally had nothing to his name, and yet he made it here. But he still managed to make his way to London on the opposite side of the world. Of course, I had no idea why I moved heaven and earth to get here at that point. So how do you end up becoming Lord Van Zeke's apprentice then? That can only have been kind of extraordinary stroke of luck, Willie. You see, I stopped at the board because I had no papers. It took me straight to Scotland Yard. But sheer coincidence, Lord Stronghold was there to attend a meeting. That's when the second feather in my cap came to play. What would that have been? Your knowledge of law? Yes, exactly. Lord Stronghold was curious about an Easterner with intimate knowledge of British law. He took me back with him to the Supreme Court and assigned me to be to the prosecutor's office. And then 9 days ago, you finally got your memory back after the trial involving Duel. Yes, I did. Ever since I met you at Yumi, talk about your dream. My mom was Musuke. I would be chosen as a visiting student and make my way to Great Britain someday. Do you know the entire time what happened to your father here? 16 years ago. When my father left on my exciting trip to Great Britain, I was just a boy. We took a photograph together the day before his departure. It was my last memory of him. But what I remember most about my father is his unswerving sense of justice. 6 years after he left, a gentleman called our family home. He told me that the Gitchin, my father, had been taken ill in England and passed away. Oh, and even he was a serial killer. I mean, it was a close trial. It was Professor Makota, but your father was Software son. Oh my. Ever since then, the professor was very good to me. He even helped to fund my university education at Yumi. I'd be forever in his debt. But nevertheless, I just couldn't bring myself to believe what he told me. Oh. One day, I let our wife out of home from Britain. It was no indication the center was so open and assuming it was from an old acquaintance of my father. While wearing that letter changed my entire life. What did it say? It said my father had been a mass murderer and vote wire curse for a soaking name. Oh no! But how did the wire know? So we saw the letter, I found out what had been hidden from me all those years. Yeah, that's weird. Presumably the letter was sent from a relative of one of the victims. Whoever it was had been a member of the judiciary. He could have been. I mean, if it was a wizard cat, yeah, that makes sense. Below revealed that my father had been sentenced to death, executed for being a killer. I'm so sorry you had to find out that way. I'm not sure British government did its very best to silence whoever sent that aloud. But someone knew the truth and couldn't bear the resentment was going to be a problem. But still, it could have been written by anyone. Why would we believe such a thing? But also true. There was a newspaper clipping included with a love. It was the first I ever heard of a professor in his terrible killing spree. Oh well, what did my father have to say about the love? I couldn't bring myself to show it to him. What? Why not? Because he deliberately concealed the truth from me. That's true, he did lie to you before. That couldn't have been easy for him. And if he died out of consideration for my feelings. So instead, I showed it to Judge Goku. Oh, the other visiting student makes sense. He fell for brief moments, then he just laughed the letter off. That moment I saw on his face. His undeniably shocked, shaken momentarily before recovering his posture. Yeah, that would be very telling. A year later, my boy mother succumbed to a strain of grief and passed away too. That's what I made up my mind. But one day, without fail, I will cross the seas to Britain and seek the truth out for myself. Truth about my father, Genshin and Sogi. I won't let anyone stand in my way. Oh, Kazuma-sama. What we learned today in code turned things completely on the head. It was an impressive piece of learning when we skated out of home. Limited seekers have a weeper, you know. I still want to believe in myself, but it turns out that Inspector Gregerson himself, the victim was. It's clear that Inspector was behind the weeper's activity all along. What? You mean you knew? The real question is, who's been giving the orders to the Inspector? Yes, Wong Van Zeeks is the real weeper. And I know 10 years ago it was him who decided my father must have been a mass murderer and sent to his grave. No, he was merely seeing that justice was done and the laws dictates. He's not to blame. Ultimately, it's people who condemn people. The law is just a tool they use to do it. That's a negative view of the law. And when a man condemns another, he must take responsibility for his actions. Of course he must. But I know for certain, my father would have never taken another man's life. Kazuma. On the contrary, my father's life was taken by the Reaper. Kazuma, what do you make of this? No, go on. I'm trying to film you guys. What the? It's a schema of a crime scene. Oh yes, I realize that. Does the prosecution office make a more of a scene? I mean, you gotta visualize it. Apparently so. So does it help visualize things better, knows things you haven't spotted before. Actually, miniature nose spoils my work. To be honest, you're Joe making that. Oh. can present things until you break. For Weepum. At least at last I get to take my revenge. Cosmo. Olympic Six is responsible for your father's death, and he's not for Weepum. He's for defendant and deserving of a fair trial. You mean for one my father had? It's a close trial now too, the conditions are exactly as they were 10 years ago. And even if it were for some fathers, I have a plan to show the man for what he really is. Cosmo. Oh, maybe I need to show him the autopsy report. This came up with a trial, didn't. As something like Duel, I mean. The fact that there's no time of death recorded on the Inspector Gregerson's autopsy report. Yes, but there were some unexpected tones in the courtroom today. The suggestion he came up with suddenly took everyone by surprise. The idea of a victim died previous day at some other location is quite something. Well, considering the pocket watch had stopped and the Scottish monsters of the cannon, it's only a distinct possibility, and the evidence in the scene both point to it. To be honest, it bothered me too, so I paid a visit to the autopsy room earlier. The coroner responsible wasn't there, but I got a name. It's Dr. Glory. Oh, if it won't trouble you, Cosmo-sama, we'd very much like to speak with the coroner too. Of course, the last thing I want is for anything to be brushed under the carpet. Going else autopsy laboratories. I'm behind Locate Cemetery. Everything is connected! Locate... Barclay prison, you mean? You know, don't you? The prison where my father was incarcerated and walked with his life. Cosmo-sama. Well, thank you. We'll pay a visit to the laboratory later today. Musuke, I want to thank you. For what? Okay, I'm gonna save. And pick this up next time. We're gonna continue the maps to do fun. Okay, we're getting, you saw me. Okay. I think if you got, the Chrism Dragon deck copies beforehand, you just get a free 500 gems. Okay, might as well see what we can get. Starting off with an Ultra. Take it. Okay, evil heals. I mean, that truly means nothing. Yep. Got my first copy of Cyber Dragon. hopefully that's a good sign. 3 lightning strikes and... Okay, yeah, we got something. No, Ultra. I take it. It's like build up for Ultra fun. And shooting all hollow. I mean, this works perfectly with a new White Dragon, I suppose. Getting some destructive deck, a pack. Now I'm getting put anything from the pack. Oh no, we did. I was about to say that probably is a Stardust. Yeah. Now this could mean something or it could not mean something. It didn't mean shit. Cool. We got an Ultra. But now the Sky Striker side. Time Star Magician. Okay. Well, we did get 3 Ultras from 3 packs. I mean... I'm taking it. Man. I mean, shoot, I'm not gonna complain. That is kind of funny. Of all things, use more Malice cards. Well, I hope that means something. Ooh, double shake. Gotta get the exorcisms. Oh, that meant nothing. That upsets me. It's like all that flash. For what? Nothing from that. Okay. Nothing from that. Okay, good. But say if you do all the flashy things and not getting me anything, I'm just gonna be disappointed. Okay. Okay, last free pack. Okay. Boom! Ultra. Oh, that starts after I go to bed, so it'll be tomorrow. Close. Activate. Activate. Yeah. Perfect. And perfect. And perfect. Super Poly. Perfume Dancer. Perfume Dancer. Perfect. A perfume. Activate. Finna dance. Cloth sheep. Perfect. Leo. Perfume. Tone. Quad check. Activate. IP Maximina. Perfect. P-Scale. Wolf. we have a LIGO Dan, so... And tone. Oh, I'm getting good. Yeah, fucking. Wait, what? Unaffected my fucking ass. But unaffected by all card effects besides Lunar Lights. That's not a Lunar Light card. All of them. I hate evenly match so much. I definitely should have kept LIGO down so well. Oh well. And then I thought it would be safe with an Evilly, but oh well. Again, lesson learned. No negates. No negates. Wow. Okay.
Now your effects are negated. Fact. Oh yeah, that's not good. And we're bold. Actually, did I use? I think I did. Okay. Not. Don't have any more yellow mons anyways. It's like depending on what the ad is, depending on what not got this. To be real honest. Okay. Hopefully this is enough to you. Should be unaffected. I guess that was an almost song, so that was a bit silly on my part to avoid it. interesting. Intro. I don't think I've lost. Oh, wait. No, can you attack multiple times? I know that's game. Cool. Never mind, yeah. I did prematurely light load. Buzz on me. I chose for enter after boss saws effect activated. Power you. Interesting name. Oh, heroes! Oh, okay. Activate. Okay. Do you like fusion? Oh fuck. I could have done this way better, but oh well. Wish golfing this.
Nah, I also kind of fucked this up. Yeah, I'm not playing well today. What did I... Yeah, I'm really not playing well today. Oh well. Oh, it's crazy to see that Konami's supporting draft. They're doing like Retro Pack 2 draft. You know what? I am gonna negate that. He wants to draw 2. Thank you for your understanding. And you just lose. Interesting hand. But ouch! Well, I only got one course of action. Got Pokemon out. What you got in Pum? But I knew you had something. Darth the Castron. Yeah. I know my back got that. You just gotta put my heads up. I didn't mean to back out of that.
effect. I mean, I could Ash block from my own card. The perfume. Oh. Spectrum. You have something, and that makes me nervous. Yep, special summon. For effect. Tiger's effect. it. Oni. Okay, we're up against Blue Eyes. So I'm gonna ash this. Because I surely want to get a will of one of those set cards. As well. Okay, that's how we get an off all night with victory. The sweet, sweet taste of victory. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out. It's been fun, it's been a blast, it's been a fun blast. Tomorrow would be Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then Great Ace Attorney